following occurred between 1:30 p.m. and 11:46 p.m. It probably happened at your house, but that would be unthinkable, wouldn't it? It leads one to wonder, what would I do if they really did come over? This is not a hoax, this is not a dream. This is an actual recording of when all that stuff really did happen. I've seen it, and it really bothered me. If there are any children or elderly people in the room, force them to stay. They need to see this.
Hello?
We coming over.
Well, what time will you be here?
Around 6:30?
I see what you mean. Well, should I make anything to eat?
Never mind eating.
Okay, but who are you anyway?
Never mind that.
And so our hero waited in silence for the mysterious callers to get there. 6:45 came around and they still had not arrived, so our hero continued to wait, feeling a little self-conscious about being stood up and everything. Until around 7:32, when there was a knock upon the door. I believe it sounded something like this. Yeah, that's it. When our hero opened the door, he saw who the people were, and it was most marvelous indeed. There were about 2 of them. All different shapes, sizes, heights, weights, genders, ethnicities, ages, you know, the usual stuff.
Sorry we're late. We couldn't decide whether to rent Lethal Weapon 1 or Lethal Weapon 2. So we just decided to rent Lethal Weapon 3 instead.
Our hero understood, as he of course had been in this very same situation all his life. Oh, how he hated it so. It made him so mad. But I digress. Our hero and these people watched Lethal Weapon 3, and he loved every second of it. For you see, one of them sat in his lap. He likes it when they sit in his lap. Later on, the movie was over, so naturally our hero began to seriously contemplate suicide, but then realized that would be overly dramatic and discarded the idea.
Who are you guys anyway?
You know.
I wasn't quite sure what they meant, but a twinkle in their eyes reminded me of a time when I was a small, anemic 5-year-old boy. My granny had a cat named Carrots. He was my bestest friend. Me and that kitty did everything together, or at least mostly everything. Until one faithful autumn day, when I tried to emulate that movie, Stand By Me, where it's all like those kids and stuff, and there's like a train. Yeah. The only issue was that I didn't take into consideration that cats can't swim. But that really didn't cause any problems because we weren't near any water anyways. And then it happened. Carrots got hit by a car. I sprung into action, leaping through the air and onto the roof of the moving car. The driver pulled over.
What was a boy like you doing on the roof of a car like mine?
You!
I don't believe you.
You killed Carrots! I handed him the dead cat and he apologized. I forgave him because he had nice pants on, and his shoes looked pretty new. That night, when I told my granny about her cat, she was furious, and she beat me and made me sleep outside.
Now that our hero's flashback was finally over, he asked the people in his home who they were once again, and why they were there in the first place.
Who are you guys again? And why are you here in the first place?
They got mad at him.
I think it's time we left.
No, please! Tell me who you are!
Their apparent leader, a large, fat Asian male, smiled at our hero and spoke.
The neighbors.
I shook when I laughed, like a man full of brandy, and told him to get out of my home, immediately.
After they left, our hero looked up at the stars and thought about aliens. But not enough to actually care or anything, you know. But anyways, now that all that stuff happened, our hero finally had time to clean his house. So he did just that, and it was wondrous. The next day was a Wednesday, so our hero stayed inside all day.
Gads! I'm hungry.
So he made himself ramen noodles. But something was different about these noodles. Something was unholy.
So this is what's been making my soup taste so funny.
He was just about to solve that nasty soup problem when the phone rang. But it didn't sound anything like those Canucks from before. Our hero answered the phone.
It's happening. Oh no, it can't be happening. Not now.
This is it. This is what our hero has waited his entire life for. Can't you people see how dramatic this all is? Our hero took to the sky. And so our hero destroyed the mighty Anthanosaur and lived happily ever after. The end.